Hi everybody, this is Dr. Fang-Mei Law from Tiffin University. Welcome to join me for reality slash choice theory lecture. This is the part 4 for this treatment. So this class mainly for my student from Tiffin University. So hi my student, how's everybody? Is everybody surviving okay? Well, I don't really want you just surviving. I don't really like that words. Remember classes say you need to have a fun, you need to have a feel in control your life, power. You need to feel like enjoy your freedom, spiritually, and then have a love belonging, then you naturally going to survive. Okay, so make sure enjoy every moment. Okay, same thing for all our audience. Okay, you either my friends or I don't know you yet. For all the people out there in this moment, let's decide if life is a matter of choice. Then we decide to choose what? Enjoy. Okay, rather than depress. This sounds good? Okay, so choice theory and reality therapy, they are the same school, okay? And we say reality therapy is like a trend, it's for practice. But then this trend have to be stand on the right trend track. That's choice theory, okay? So we talk about in choice theory, the three main part is human needs, the 5 needs. I just talk about those 5 needs, okay? And then talk about quality world. Like everybody have our own picture album mentally. That's why we decide, we judge things is called good or not, okay, based on our quality world. And then he also say we just like a total behavior, just like a car, right? So then engine is our needs, and then the steering wheel is what you want, right? The true front wheel is what? Everybody still remember? Is the thinking and action, right? Then the true real wheel will be your physical reaction and then your feeling. So then based on his theory, feeling is come from thinking. Okay, feeling come from thinking. So he believed, we have to focus on here and now. So if you feel depressed, he don't like you say depressed. He want you say depressing. That's ing. So that means if you are ongoing feel depressing, actually in this moment you can change it. You can choose to not depressing. Okay, by make a choice by change your thinking. Okay, so that is our part 1, part 2, part 3, right? Then the end of part 3, actually we start to talk about the function, the role of a teacher. No, not a teacher, counselor. And actually he said counselor just like a teacher, right? And then when you are working with your client, you need to ask them what they want, right? And then ask them what are they doing. Then have them do self-assessment for, ask them if whatever you are doing, can they take you the place you want? Then if not, the last step is P, is called plan. And actually today's lecture, that's our focus, okay? Then before we get there, last time we also talked about the goal is to help client to aware what they want, and the secondly for them to know what do they need and do they use the right way appropriate to fulfill their needs, right? And then also help them to make a good choice, maybe we say healthy choice, right? Then also we talk about as a counselor, you should help your client, right? Focus on now, right? To give them surprise, right? To use humor, all this, right? It's important. We have to help them, and we need to have a good energy ourselves, because we need to have good energy so we can help our client. Okay, so then here you can see the sign looks like no, 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 right? Something we call taboo in counseling. Okay, one is, okay, let me put this one out and we can talk about it one by one. First of all, it's important, don't argue with your client. Don't argue with your client, okay? Because we should respect them. They are the expert for their life, okay? When you see they doing something, maybe not really able to get their place, don't argue with them. You can just ask them, do a self-assessment, right? Just ask them, hey, whatever you do you think you can go to a place you want to go? Just leading them to think about it, to do self-assessment. Don't have to argue with them, because when you argue with them, they more likely fight you back, right? And also they say, don't focus on the symptom. Don't focus on the symptom. William Glasser doesn't like a symptom. He believes symptom is part of your choice. And also he believes when people talk about symptom, they can be an excuse. Okay, so for example, they say, I don't want to do this because I'm depressed. Okay, and he say, you can choose to be more active rather than feel tired. Okay, so he doesn't like to, for counselor to focus on symptom. Okay, rather than think about symptom, take them to the future. Okay, so when you take them to the future, ask them what do they want, ask them where they want to go, how to go, they more likely give them energy to think about future. Okay, and also don't rush in to judge. Okay, don't be just listen couple words or sentences. Oh, see, that's what you do. That kind of like a little bit like arguing like that, right? And also don't inject fear. Okay, don't take, hey, do you know if you keep doing this, you are going to go, you are going to go to a very wrong place. Don't inject fear on them. Okay, and then also say no excuse. Okay, don't give the client an opportunity to make excuse. Okay, so don't even ask any excuse. Just ask them to describe what's going on. Don't ask them why. Remember, we have a theory say don't ask why. And this same thing here, right? Don't. If they try to make excuse, say don't talk about excuse. Let's just talk about how do we make a better choice. Okay. Then the last two taboo here is don't criticizing or look down your clients. Okay, don't criticizing or look down on them. Just because they come to ask for help, it's not mean they are less than you. Okay, they just somewhere, somehow now they didn't really know what to do and how to make a good choice. That's why they come to you. It's not mean they are less than you. Okay, and also don't give up easily. Okay, it's hard for your client to insist. Okay, and then remember, actually for Glass's life story, a lot of you give the feedback, say he really is the person never give up. Remember, he during his chemistry engineer bachelor degree, he didn't get very good GPA, but then he continue. He want to go to psychology, so he go to psychology. Then he went to psychiatry. Then he, when his hospital didn't want to refer the patient to him, he worked for the girls' school, right? And then he just use whatever he can get. He make a right choice. He do the right thing, and then continue to get his way, right? So because he have this experience, so he more likely to emphasize, don't give up easily. So actually sometimes if you work with people, you can even tell people about Glass's theory, no, his life story. Then people will know whatever he say is not just from here, it's just from here, from his own experience, right? Okay, so now let's go to our main part for this lecture, and this actually is the main part when we say reality therapy. Reality therapy pretty much make up by W, D, E, P. Okay, W, D, E, P. Okay, so let's talk about what is W stand for. What do you think? What do you think? Remember we talk about this. You know, you drive the car like this, right? What's that? I hear somebody say something. I heard somebody say want. You are right. You are right. So it's important, the first step, okay, the first step is to discuss with your client, what do they want? What do you want? By the way, do you know what you want? Okay, sometimes it's hard, you know, especially you think about your future, where you want to go. It's hard, right? And that's so same as with your client, right? But even it's hard, it's still important for them to pour out. And then that's why you are the teacher, you are leading them. But you know, you just keep asking, they will eventually come out. At least if they don't know what do they want for the future, what do they want right now, ask them, okay? And of course, when people say want, sometimes they are hesitant, because it looks like when they say something they want, they maybe feel like they have to commit. Okay, so here you can see here that this different level of want. Okay, the first one is they say, it's not my fault and I don't need assistance. Okay, so don't ask me what do I want. I didn't do anything wrong, so then I don't need any system. So don't ask me. So that is the first level. The second one is they a little bit, they say, I want result, but I don't want to work hard. So that's a little bit better than say, well, don't bother, don't ask me. This one say, I really want the result, but I don't really want to work hard, right? And then a level up will say, well, I will give the try. Maybe I can do it. I'm going to give a try. Maybe I can do it. So you can see the want is a little bit higher now, right? And then number 4 level is, well, I will do my best. So I'm going to tell you this and I'm going to do my best, right? The number 5, I think that's the highest level, say, okay, I'm 100% commit. No matter how many barriers, I will overcome it. Okay, so that one you can see very, very strong, right? So, but you need to be patient, right? Your client may be in a very low level, but then keep ask them, you know, what do you want? Do you really want this, right? Do you really want your life just like this? Do you have any dream where you want to go? You know, so go a step further. See, you can pull them out for their what do they want. Okay, so that's W, is want. Okay, now is D. What's the D stand for? Okay, D can be stand for doing or direction. Doing or direction. Okay, so ask your client, what are you doing now? So for example, right now you are home, do the online school because the virus. So then you want to pass the class, but then you find yourself don't want to do the work. So then you can ask yourself, what are you doing? You say, nothing, I'm just lazy. Okay, so in this time, don't give any, remember, William Glasser said, don't jump into conclusion too fast and don't make a judgment, right? So he said, oh, okay, so I heard, looks like you still have a lot of assignment you didn't do yet, right? And then you say you are lazy, so every day you just want to sleep. Okay, so that's what you are doing, right? Okay, so ask them, okay, or ask direction. Okay, so for example, if I'm driving up to, I want to go to Cleveland, but I found myself driving down to Cincinnati. Okay, then I will say, you will say, you know, if you are my passenger, sit beside me, and then you see I'm driving down south. You say, what are you doing? I said, I'm driving down south. Okay, so now you may need to ask me the third questions. Okay, so the third, okay, so now, hold on just a second. We have more things about D. Okay, so for D, actually, just let's think about the sentence called, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's think about, let's cut down these words by words, and see what they mean. Okay, so first let's think about what. So when we ask the what, okay, we want them to be very specifically. You need to tell me what do you want, very concrete. Okay, so for example, you say, I want to get A from the class. I want pass the class, okay? Or I want eat that. I want lose the weight. I want gain the weight, okay? Those what. So we ask them, what do you want? So we ask what. So that means you encourage them to think about something very specific, okay? Then the second word that let's think about are. A-R-E. I didn't ask world, W-E-R-E, world, or I don't ask them well, right? I ask them present tense. So that means you ask them right now. What are, right? Right now, something right now, they can ask for it right now, right? Then you say you. What are you doing? Okay, so that means you give them, you say, I care about you. Okay, I care about you. Remember before we talk about some theory, they say if you say it, okay, you say that means you not really pay attention to yourself, right? So when you ask for you ask them, tell them you are in control. So tell me, what are you, okay? Now, what are you doing? Okay, doing. They emphasize the progress of the matter and encourage client to be clearly describe their behavior. So you can even use our cars as a metaphor, right? Our car, ask them what they're doing in terms of the engine, what they need, and then their steering wheel that want, right? And then the two front wheel is what are they thinking and what are they action, right? And then tell them this will follow, emotion will follow, feeling will follow, and their body reaction will follow, right? So ask them, what are you doing? Okay, so you can see that even just a sentence, what are you doing? You can put them separately, and you can see that mean it's a process. That means it's a present, it's here and now, and that's you. You are in control for what are you doing. I'm driving the car, right? I'm the one driving the car, right? So if I need a change, I will be the one change, right? I have to be the one. People can yell at me, but if I don't change, nothing can be done. Make sense? Okay, so then when you know your client doing something or towards some direction, okay, now next step is E, okay, and E is then for, looks like I already have the words out. Let me hide that. pretend you didn't see that yet. E stand for what? For what? Stand for evaluation, right? Evaluation, okay? And then glasses say this word, evaluation, is a very, very, very important step. Very important step, okay? Because what? It's hard for people to admit they have trouble, unless they go to the self-evaluation and they say, oh, I see. And when they start to say, I see, they start to say, oh, maybe I should change. Okay, so in that white spot here, say self-evaluation is the core of reality counseling. The keystone of the entire reality counseling, the most indispensable element. Okay, without self-evaluation, then every change is not possible. Okay, and they say people will not change unless they find out through their own self-evaluation that they did not give them the result they want. Okay, unless they realize if they keep driving down to south, they will never get to Cleveland, right? So only they start to say, wow, now it's April. If I don't start to do my work, semester going to be over the end of April, and I may not able to pass the class. Only when they suddenly realize, oh my gosh, it's already April, I have to hurry, then their car will engine able to turn on, and then they can drive the right direction. Only when they figure out by themselves. Okay, so very important. That's why, as a counselor, you need a patient, wait for them to wake up themselves. Okay, so that's E. Okay, so how about after they do self-evaluation, they say, oh my gosh, I'm too late, or I may not be able to make it. Then what do? You say, well, I told you early, I told you so. No, that's not our job. Our job will say, now how can I help you? Now how can I help you, right? So that's how E's come from. P. Okay, so what's P stand for? Stand for plan. Okay, so now they realize they are not doing the right way. They are not get into the right direction, so they have to change. Okay, so now you say, okay, now you want to change, let's make plan. Okay, so step 4 is to help your client develop the plan. Okay, did you see some English alphabet there beside the plan? Okay, besides step 4, it's SAMIC Q divide by P. Okay, so now let's think about what's S, what's A, what's M, what's I, what's C. Okay, so S is simple. It's simple. When you make plan, make simple. It make the plan you can easy to start. Don't make plan like too far away. Okay, make plan is simple, because this easy way is simple way make you more likely to start. Okay, so actually I really like the GPS right now, the new system. If you drive in the wrong direction, they don't give you the 1,000 miles away. What do? They just say, what's your next step, right? They will say, okay, exist to the next exist, right? And then over there they will tell you turn to where. So they give you a baby step. So that's important. When you make plan, make it like a baby step. So that's S. Okay, and also then you need to make sure your plan is attainable. A is stand for attainable. That means you need to set a goal. You must be something you can do it. Like right now, we have to keep social distance. So if you make a plan that you have to go to the gym to do it, then you cannot do right now because you cannot go there, right? Or you say, oh, I need to meet with my friend to work together. You cannot do that right now, right? So you only can make a plan that you can do right now in your place, right? That's called attainable. Everything, the resource you have, like right now, you even cannot go to library, right? So you need to choose the things you can attend, okay? Whatever you have around you, then that make you easy to finish your plan, okay? Also, your plan have to be able to measurable. So you can see, oh, I see how much is progress. Okay, so for example, I'm recording YouTube, and when I finish YouTube, I need to upload. And when I upload, actually they have to preparing, and they have to uploading, and they have to processing, and they give you how many percent, how many percent, how many percent, how many percent, how many percent. So it's very clear, it's measurable. So I know how much, my information is into YouTube system. Okay, so again, for your plan, same thing, you have to be able to measure. Okay, now also have to be immediate. Okay, so don't say, I make this plan, maybe I can do after this quantity time over. No, you have to do that right now, and say maybe you start it right now, the first day. You need to start it, or at least tomorrow morning when you wake up. So for example, if I want to record YouTube, then I need to tell myself, when I want to do it. I don't make plan for next week. I make plan for the next hour, okay? At least if I don't have time one night, I can say I finish my PowerPoint, then I can record tomorrow. So you have to do something immediate, okay? Okay, let me close the C. Okay. What is S? Simple. What is A? Attainable. What is M? Measurable. What's your I? Immediate. It sounds good? Okay, now they have a 3C. Okay, everybody can guess what's 3C about? Okay, how do you make your plan come true? Okay, of course, it's important to be consistent. It's important to be consistent. Whatever you want, your plan, you cannot just do one day. Okay, one day won't get you to the place you want to go. You need to do every day in a consistent way. Okay, and also the second one, it's important. Whatever you make a plan, have to be controlled by yourself, controlled by the planner. Okay, you don't make a plan, ask other people to control for you. It won't work. Okay, you need to make plan, then you can control by yourself, or your client can control by them. And then the last one is important. Have to be commit. If you don't able to commit, and what can be good for this plan? Okay, so you say, okay, I'm going to stop eating sweet. And then once you commit, you have to start to do it. If you don't commit, well, those foods still get to your body. You're still not able to lose weight. Okay, so now, let me cover it. What's 3C? Consistent. Second one is what? Commit. By whom? By the planner, right? No, not complain. Control by the planner, right? And the third one is commitment. So consistent, controlled, and then commitment. This sounds good? Okay. So this will be our last slide. Okay, they will say for all the behavior, Okay, when you make decision and then when you finish, don't have to go back to complain, because whatever decision in that moment is the best decision. Okay, every decision in that moment always best decision. Okay, always is the reason you make that decision because you have some needs during that time you have to satisfy by doing something. Okay, so sometimes when you pass the time, you can say, wow, that decision is so stupid. How can I do that? Well, that will make you depressed. Don't do that. Okay, just enjoy. And whenever you see the past, just say, oh, okay, that's what I do that time. Well, now what I do right now, right? Whatever you did is finished and it's done, and knowing you do your best during that time. Okay, and now it's your time right now. If you want to change something, do that now. So actually, that is the lecture for control theory / reality therapy. Okay, hopefully you find this one helpful. I like this one. It's very helpful. It's very present focused, right? And actually, it's not ask us to go back to complain about the past. They ask us to focus on now and work on now to move on from now to up, right? And then this WDEP is a trend. So you want to take yourself to the place you want to go. Make sure your trends keep moving and moving into the right direction. Okay, so that's all I have for this lecture. So hopefully you enjoy it. Okay, so please stay healthy and be safe. Okay, and I wish you the best and see you next time. Bye bye.